Okay. I was thinking about to send it again. Gosh. Okay. Pete, I'm gonna get you connected and then you can just re-text it to everyone else. So I just sent it to you again. All right. All right. Okay. All right. Make sure you can get in, and then I'll wait on you from there. There we go. Okay, you're in process. So it won't reopen the meeting. It has to be a new meeting. Okay, got it. There's Layla. Okay, so, all right, I've got Layla, I've got you. All right, so I'm gonna hang up here because you're on. All right. Layla, are you there?
I am here.
Okay, sorry about that. I guess it doesn't really just go right back in. Here's Sabrina. Good.
And Janelle should be coming in shortly.
All right, so I'll watch for Janelle.
I think I just sent it to her. Let me double check. Please join. So let me just wrap up with Jael. Jael wants to meet with us again on Wednesday. John, I don't know if you have your schedule open, if a 6 o'clock follow-up would work with Jael, because we were just in the midst of figuring out Pythagorean theorem right there. And unfortunately, Jael teaches a class on Zoom via 7, so she had gotten cut off, but she has a lot of stuff I think that would be good for us to work with.
Okay, so we can, 6 o'clock on Wednesday is fine. Okay, this is Janelle. Janelle's there, Layla's there, Sabrina's there, Pete's there, and John is here. So, okay, sorry about that, everyone. I guess it doesn't go right back into the same meeting. I guess you have to set up a new one, which is what I did very quickly.
Perfect.
Up.
Perfect. So as we're going through some of this, let me jump back into the Zoom. I was just following up with Jael, so we'll meet again with Jael 6 o'clock. Kima, did you get a chance to watch that 3-minute video that I had sent you earlier?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, because that gives a really good summary about the community development block grants. Perfect. So we will do a follow-up with Jael, but essentially, we're working on a few different grants for programs a series of programs that we're thinking about hosting either in the YMCA, the Downtown Riverfront Library, or via Zoom. A lot of the grants have to be towards specific areas, which I had just mentioned, in order for us to win the grant to facilitate the program. And yeah, I just wanted to see, I know you have a passion for project management, and I'm sure there's a ton of things that you have worked on or that you may be interested in working on for the new year. Sabrina and Janelle also have some projects that they're interested in, but I'd like to see, you know, what we could get submitted this week. I know it's a tight crunch, but
Okay, I'm just wondering which specific projects, what are the names of the projects and who's doing what task?
so the three projects that we have so far are the anti-bullying program that I'm working on. The other one is what we had just spoken to with Jael, and
Yeah,
that's
what is that called?
That's Education Enterprise.
Okay, and what's the third?
The third one that we had was anti-bullying. I forgot the third mental health program. I'll have to circle back with you. I had just had it and I had forgotten about it. But there was definitely a third one that we had in mind that we were tying into.
Okay.
So let's just focus on those two for now.
Okay,
And
well, we can't do anything with the educational enterprise because we don't have all the detail yet. So what you have to do is get Jael to send you that information and you distribute that to us so we can try to make a game plan, because we have to learn it and then turn it into something. Unless
got it.
she already has a proposal that just needs to be converted, as the case might be, that she's already put together. So she probably has a description of the program and how it works. So there's just the basic parts that we have. And let me just ask everyone, how many of you have, you don't have copy? I have this right here and you probably can't see it, but this is the CDBG, the application for the block grants, which is what we're using right now. So, and I don't know how many of you got to see this. If you don't have it, people, we need to send this to everyone, because that's the key, because everything that we need to do is in that little packet. So, and just as I shared with you, on the very last page, on the checklist, it tells you exactly what needs to be done, and we go right from there. So we have to assign people what. So let's just look at one program. So is everyone participating in the development of the anti-bullying program?
Yes, and I'm forwarding you some of the lessons that I have from here, so you have something to reference. I had just sent you an email with 2 lesson plans on it, if you could confirm the attachment.
Hang on a second.
Should be the first and second lesson plan, and I'm also going to send over.
I did get them.
And I'm going to forward you the third and fourth.
Wasn't me. Yep, got 1 and 2.
Let me give you the third and fourth lesson plan of the anti-bullying program, so at least we have some type of context on what we offered and what we're going to continue to look to offer. It should be, the other 2 sessions will be coming shortly after. And I know that if we pull like a chunk out of it and we figure out, you know, what our ultimate goal is other than the violence prevention. And
Okay, so the lesson plans you gave me really speak to the service method. This is what we're doing, as the case might be. So I've got that. So what you kind of need to do is decide who's going to do which piece, and then we can take it from there. So you don't have the checklist in front of you. Do you need me to resend that to you?
if you could please email it to me. I have it in screenshots, and I was looking through it on my phone, but it's out of order. So when you said last page, I think I had a different page for the last page. But if you could email me, and I'll give you everyone else's email so they have a hard copy as well.
Okay.
Let me know when you have it up, and I'll I'm
Yeah.
looking for one other piece as well.
Pete, is suicide prevention included in that anti-bullying?
It is, I believe, one of the last lesson plans that I'm looking for right now.
Okay,
We go into cyberbullying and a lot of different case scenarios, but if it's not on there, I definitely will add it.
Okay, hang on a second.
And John, I'm also going to send you a sample budget that we had used when we were applying for the grant. Anti-bullying budget. So I had sent you the anti-bullying budget. Obviously, it has $35,000 for a basketball court that I don't know if we'd be able to apply for. Maybe we
You
could
can.
apply.
My concern is that we've got a week and 2 days to get this completed. So we just have to determine who's gonna do what piece. You can do it all if you have enough people to do all the pieces.
Got it. So if we submit the project without the installation of the court, that brings it down to just about 18,000. That's with all of our
All right, so that's good.
and we can, being that we don't necessarily have commitment from the PAL, I would say the permits or whatever costs that we had put towards the PAL, we could use that possibly as salary. I know there's still going to be a cost affiliated with the Y, and if that works out for what that cost is, everything else pretty much is the same, other than the very last item in supplies that says materials for the basketball court.
All right, okay, I'm just trying to pull up a copy that I can send to all of you of the block grant. So you
Please.
have it in front of you, which is all information that those of you that have participated with me, you actually have all of this broken down in a lot of information, because this is what I walked you through when I was doing the grant training. And so what I'm gonna send you now is the actual application packet.
Perfect.
Okay. If everyone, if you could just do me a quick favor, type your emails in the chat box so I can make sure I have everyone's email. I can just send it one time and everybody will have it. You don't have to wait for Pete to resend.
Perfect.
All right, so. Okay, folks, for lack of the time being able to get you all the information, RFP stands for request for proposal. So this is the request. This is what the city's putting out there that you can apply for. It will follow all of the notes that I gave before. If you didn't participate in that, no big deal. There's also, and I think Pete was sending out to everyone the slide presentation that they had. So that's okay.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm sending everybody it now, so they have the copy of the slide showing the budget that I had just sent you as well.
Sabrina, do I have yours? I think I have that. Is it Sabrina Green?
My email?
Yes. Is
Oh,
it- I just
it's
wanna make-
Sabrina_D_Green, but I can
Got
put it in the
it.
chat.
Okay, I've got yours, so I'm good
Okay.
there. All right. Because I want to send everyone a copy of the packet, so you got it right in front of you. Okay, just sent it. Now, this is the whole packet of information that I have. I just want you to refer to what's in the packet where it says page 6. So, and some of you are on cell phones, so this won't be easy to read, but page 6 is a little larger, not intense type, might be able to see it. So that Pete, you can kind of assign everyone what they're going to work, what piece of it they're going to work on. Or they're going to volunteer on, or however that's going to work. Chanel, I've gotten yours already. Yours is the easy one. Yours came up. Everyone else, even though I think I've written to some of you, it didn't pop up in my Gmail list. So I think I've got everybody now. So,
Perfect. Perfect. So we have to break down essentially just,
who's going to do what?
yeah, I don't mind facilitating the program, but usually I'll have a different.
Well,
No.
your task, you have to write down the history of the organization and
Yeah.
why you feel as though the organization could do this. Okay,
Okay.
and that's the piece that probably only you can do because you're the only one who knows those details.
Okay. History.
And that basically that's that section that's called experience and resource.
Okay.
Did everybody see that email that I just sent?
Yep, I have it open right now.
Okay, so go to the page that says page 6 on it.
Okay.
And there's a quick list of all the pieces which you explained earlier in the packet, so don't get too concerned because then it's not broken down in detail. Pete, I think there's no option. You have to do 2 and 3 and 4.
Okay, I see it. 2, 3, and 4.
Well, and 1 technically, but that's the only technicality. 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Okay.
All right, and now the statement of need. Has anyone done any research on this? Need, we're trying to get a statement of need. Someone's
Janelle,
coming
you
through
have a lot of background noise, Janelle.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
Has anyone had the chance to kind of look at downtown Yonkers and the need, or think you can do that? It really, it's not a heavy piece to be able to come up with in the presentation that Pete's sending out, or the piece that he's sending out. They even give a website or 2 that you can look. Basically, you can look into the census. You're gonna type in 10701, 10704, 10703, 10705, whatever area you want, and it kind of give you a synopsis of that area. That 14% live in poverty, 18% live in poverty, or whatever the case might be. And you kind of write a little statement of need. The only reason I'm a little hesitant in helping with that is because I've already been working on 15 grants. And so if I write the statement of need, it's gonna start sounding redundant.
Yeah, I understand.
Because I'm doing so many. So I'm just trying to think if anybody else might want to tackle that, just to kind of get some of the high need that's going on in Yonkers. Am I correct in Yonkers?
Yeah.
And the zip codes I quoted. 10701, 10703, 10705. What else?
1070, yeah, 1, 3, and 5 are the main three that I know of.
They're the neediest of the 3 zip codes, of all the zip codes, of the 10 zip codes in Yonkers.
Yeah.
And so 51% have to be low income. And the other 49% can be a variety of different things. Right, so now, if someone's willing to kind of work on that, there's 3 parts to it. Again, if you're looking at that page 6, it just says there's a problem description and analysis. You're basically explaining what the issue is, who we're going to serve, and the area that we're going to serve in, and then if you know of any existing programs that are similar that are in the area. Okay. So it sounds intense, but it's not. Or if anybody wants to take on the part of the target population in the geographic area, I can send out the some of the data that I've gotten for to show that it's a needy area. And that's probably the part that scares people the most, is collecting that data. So I've got some data I can send out.
Perfect. Please forward that my way. And
Written in sentence form.
that's even better. Please send that my way, and whoever else wants to step up and assist with that process, I'll share and work with them with the data. I know the data and the charts and all the statistics are an important piece of the puzzle.
So
I'll help with that. I'll help with the target population.
Okay, so yeah, if you want to forward that to Sabrina and I, we'll get on it right after this call, but I'd like to follow up no later than Wednesday.
no later than Wednesday, you were saying? Did I lose you all? Hello?
Actually, yeah.
Okay, I lost you for a second there, so I'm not sure what may have been said. Okay, if that's the case, so I'll pull some of that data. I'll just send it to you. You've got to just write up in paragraph form. Basically, don't just list statistics. Kind of explain in downtown Yonkers there's this, or whatever the case might be. I can send some information out about that, so that's no problem. And then that will work. The target population, and then the area that's being served. Okay. I know where you've worked, Pete. I know what you've done. You just have to describe those areas and go from there. So that's the case. So that's section 5. So does everybody sees that list? And then section 6 is the other extremely important area. Section 6 is just simply how you're going to do it. Basically they're saying, hey, we give you this 10,000, 20,000, whatever it is we're giving you, what are you going to do with it? How's the program going to work? So who wants to write out that section? You have to work closely with Pete, because Pete's the only one. Pete's run this program before, but if you don't notice, I notice Pete hesitates when it comes to putting it in writing. He's the guy who can just explain it, and someone else almost has to transcribe it onto paper and work with Pete to get that piece done.
Probably going to be on a few calls with some of them until midnight. Just kidding.
Okay. Well, I mean, there's no set. You don't have to make tonight totally too intense, because you've got to.
No, I know. I was joking.
So yeah, just don't overdo it. So I mean, don't work yourself too hard as well. Just put the pieces together so that every day you work on a piece, so that by Monday it's done. That kind of thinking. All right, or sooner if that's your deadline. But you just have to get the pieces written. Okay.
Perfect.
So again, the service method is just, how are you going to do it? What's the day-to-day operation? How is this going to happen? So that's that piece. The rest of it's all attachments and the budget you sent me. So I'll take a look at that and see if I can transfer it to the right forms and go from there. Okay. So you got a game plan. Pete, I'm gonna leave it to you to map out the pieces. I'm gonna send out the data. And that was, Janelle, who's that I was sending that to?
Sabrina.
Oh, Sabrina, I'm sorry, Sabrina. I'm sorry to scare you.
No problem.
Janelle. So I'll send that to Sabrina and to Pete. I'll send some data and you'll be able to work with that. I'm still at my office. I'm gonna go home and then I'll send you the data. Okay?
Appreciate it. Thank you so
Alright.
much, John.
All right, folks,
Well-
I'm gonna let go, which means it will all end. And if there's anything that you need that's from the recording, these have been recorded and I can send it out tomorrow because I'm gonna scoot out of here in order to get you that data. The rest is up to you, okay? So play
Thank you
with
so
it.
much, John.
Don't be
I
afraid.
appreciate it.
Not as hard as.
Good night, everyone.
Okay, good night, everyone.
All right, John. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Good night.
Talk to y'all later.